Yes. This is Intercontinental Sport TV. Back again with this fantastic moment. It's all about this great sport called tennis. As you can see, I want to welcome everybody into this show, all our viewers, wherever you're watching from. This is Intercontinental Sport TV. No doubt about it. I tell you, they call me the Don, and I'm going to be the host for this show. Today, we want to look at the great sport called tennis, and the topic we are going to look at is who is the real tennis GOAT. I'm not talking about the real man, but I'm talking about the real GOAT, the greatest of all time. The greatest of all time. I have all my co-hosts starting in Gidigba from wherever they are right now. Kunle is for you guys there. We're having a beautiful lady into our midst as well. Her name is Atinuke. And also Robbie is also standing in, but it's going to be massive. I tell you, we are looking at these three great people. Let me put them on the screen. Hold on a second. I'll be looking at this great personality. I'm talking about Novak Djokovic. He's from Serbia and he's a tennis player. We're going to talk about him. Is it the greatest tennis player? I swear down, this is what I'm going to go for. I won't lie to you, viewers. I love personally this guy, but I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm going to leave it to all my co-hosts to talk about them, and also I'm going to look at this guy as well too. His name is Roger Federer. Beautiful man of, he's a great kid. Don't forget about it. Give it to him. He knows what he's doing. His name is Roger Federer, and also this one of the greatest too. His name is Rafael Nadal. Beautiful player as well too. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. So today, viewers, before we go into this is what we want to talk about. Who is the real tennis greatest of all time? No doubt about it. So sit back, and if you're watching this for the first time, please subscribe to the channel. No doubt about it. This is where you get the greatest, one of the best content you can ever think of, or whenever you can see it anywhere. It's all about sport. So on this channel, I'm working on me. Everybody, Kunle is telling me is ready. So we want to find out which one is Kunle going to go for. Is it Nadal? Is it Djokovic? Is it Federer? We're going to have it. It's going to give us detail. Robbie as well is standing in from University of Ife. That's OAU University. It's also there. Also Atinuke too. But first, I'm going to welcome a lady into our midst. Her name is Atinuke. Please, viewers. It's all about this great sport. Hi. Hello. Can you hear me? Atinuke, you are live.
Hello, I hear you. Good evening.
Oh, massive. Good to see you. What's going on, sister? All right. Good to have you on this show. So,
Good evening.
all right. Good to have you. It is my greatest pleasure to see you on this show.
I'm fine. Good evening.
Want to see how. All right. Good to see you, sis. So, now I'm going to bring in this guy as well, too. No doubt about
Good to
his
be here.
name is Kunle. Kunle, what are you? All right, Kunle, we have a beautiful sister in our
Yeah,
midst. Yes, yes,
yes,
yes, yes.
yes, yes. Nice to have you, Tinuke, on board. Good
All
evening,
right.
and it's really a pleasure to have you. Yeah, Tinuke is a very, very big tennis enthusiast, and
Wow.
I'm though I'm still kind of caught on who she's going for. I might be lost though. I know Tinuke likes a wide array of players. I don't really know who she likes. I know who I like, and that is who I will be. That is who I will be defending today. So if we are going to be defending the same person, maybe that is all good. I don't know, but I have my mind made up already.
All right, good to have you guys. It's massive. It's going to be massive today. I tell you. I want to bring in another brother from another mother. I'm talking about Robbie. Robbie, what's going on in your area there in Ife,
What's
Nigeria?
up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Can you hear
Yes,
Hey,
good
good
me?
to
evening,
have you.
Robert.
Yes, we can
How
hear
you
Absolutely.
you
guys
live and
doing?
direct.
How you
Oh,
guys
we're doing
doing?
Yes.
great.
So good to be here.
Doing,
So good to be
doing
here.
great.
Let us
Doing
get
great.
All
the show
right.
on the roll.
All right. Thank you so much,
Absolutely.
guys. I want to welcome everybody. Let's get straight into this. Let me put this one back again. I'm going to tell you something about these guys. I'm talking about these greatest, let me say, good players in this tennis. I have three people we scheduled to talk about. I'm talking about Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. Kunle, I'm going to start with you. But before I
Yeah.
start with you, are you ready? Are you
Yes, I
ready?
am. Yes,
But
I
before I
am.
start with you, let me listen to let's do it this way. Let's start from a lady, with due respect. Let's go. So let's go
Yeah.
with this lady, Atinuke. Please, from your own point of view, who is the greatest player of all time? Can you go for it? Is she still there? Atinuke, we're waiting on you. Who is the real tennis greatest of all time player, in your own opinion? I think we lost her or something. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I can't seem to hear. Probably, maybe. Uh,
I'm trying to figure out its audio from our end. Uh, it should bring herself in. All right. Let me start then. Let me move
I,
into
I,
you.
I, I think she's. I think she's on. I think she's on.
Hello, Tinuke. Can you hear us? I can hear her at the moment.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I think okay. I
Oh,
lost her there. I think I lost her. Now, Kule,
yes,
back
boss.
to today's. Today is the Friday debate show, no doubt about it. And for our viewers, anywhere they're watching from, they want to know your own opinion. Who is the real tennis greatest of all time? I know mine. So who are you
Well.
going to defend here? What's your best candidate on this now? Go for it.
Uh, well, the person I am going to go for is the person who, out of these three, was the very first to achieve this rank of greatness. Now, it has to be, let's make it clear that these three players are they are the three players who have dominated men's tennis since for almost the last 2 decades. And that
Yes.
goes to just tell you how immense these people are. Presently, now, as it is, none of the three of them are ranked number one in the world, and that is for obvious reasons, being that some of them have been out having injury problems, fitness problems, so they have dropped down the rankings. Apparently, Roger Federer is the one who has dropped the lowest of
Yes.
all. And I know because of that, you can say maybe it will be very difficult for me to, to give him a good defense. I'm trying to. Sorry, just a minute. Yeah, if his present rank is 41. in the world. The ATP
Yes.
rank is 41 compared to Nadal's number, that is number 4, and oh, okay, Djokovic being number 1.
Yes.
But here's the thing. I will rank Roger Federer as the greatest of all because um number one, he's older than these two guys. He's older than them by I think 3 years. I mean, Roger Federer is already 40. He's already 41, or is it 40? Yeah, he's either 40 or uh Federer is 40. Yeah, he's 40. He's going to be 40.
40.
Yeah, he's 40. He's going to be 41 in August. Now,
Yes.
Federer took the tennis world by storm
Hmm.
when he won his first Wimbledon Grand Slam in 2003. He beat Mark Philippoussis of Australia there. But you see,
Yes.
from 2004, Federer asserted himself as that number one. As at that time, you still had the likes of Andre Agassi, who
Hmm.
before him was, yeah, an American who before him had this very intense rivalry with Pete Sampras. At that point in time, Pete Sampras had the most Grand Slams in the world, which was I think 14 or thereabouts. So Federer was like a new kid on the block. Though by the time he won his first Grand Slam, he was already like 22. Agassi and Sampras were already well into their
Sampras.
30s. Yeah, well, yes, two Americans. They were already well into their 30s and already, reaching retirement. And Federer came and took the tennis world by storm by winning. He was just winning every Grand Slam he was getting into. The Australian Open, the Wimbledon, and the US Open. Well, he didn't get to have French Open success until about 2009, and well, that was because he started having a rivalry with Rafael Nadal, who everyone saw was absolutely good on clay and was beating any opponent that was coming his way. And that is why till today, Rafael Nadal still remains the undisputed king of, the clay courts. So Federer took everything by storm regardless. Yes, maybe the French Open was a bit the French Open was a bit of his stop because of Rafael Nadal, but that still didn't change anything about his personality because he became this very huge figure. He became so loved. I mean, even in the French Open, even though was already getting to have his fans and all, Federer became this very, very huge fan favorite anywhere he found himself. And that thing is still there with him till today. He eventually broke Sampras's record for most Grand Slams in, I think, 2000 and I think 14 or 15 now. I knew it. I know it was at Wimbledon. He did that, and you know, despite the fact that he has aged
Yes.
considerably, I mean now he's 40,
Yeah.
and yeah, he has had serious fitness issues. You see, he still maintains this very high standard, still very very competitive. I mean, if we look at the last Grand Slam he won, the last Grand Slam he won was in yeah, that was the 2018 Australian Open. I mean, he won it in back-to-back years, and it just goes to tell you that that was just about 4 years ago. Yeah, he beat Marin Cilic, but in 2017 he beat Nadal. I remember that final. That was
That final
such.
was tough.
That final was. I'm not. Should I make a confession to you? That
Yeah.
final, I was at home now because Australia is about 11 hours ahead of Nigeria. So the final was being played early in the morning.
I think I lost Kunle there. The network is pretty bad over there. It's raining as well here in Maryland. And Robbie, are you there?
Yes, I am here.
All right. Let me bring before Kunle comes back. From your own point of view, straight up, we have these three great men in sport. I'm talking about tennis. Who is the real tennis goat in your own opinion? Is it Nadal,
Uh,
Djokovic, Federer? Who are you going for?
in my own opinion, let me say
Yes.
I might sound a bit emotional, because I think yes, yes. I will tell you why. I will tell you why. Because I grew up in a family that loved football so much, and I think the second sport I came to love, and that was because of my mom, was athletics. Back then in my house, Marion Jones of the United States was referred to as my girlfriend for me growing up. And I think
Wow.
it took a while. It took a while for me to get to love tennis, because at the point in time I really did not dig the sport. But I think the name that made me love tennis, and that also made me show that much interest in tennis, is no
Mhm.
other name than Roger Federer. And
Hmm.
for let me say, fortunately, my family is a family where we all, my dad, my sisters, myself, we all are Roger Federer fans. I mean, back, in fact, as of the time we could afford DSTV and we started watching the Grand Slams on ESPN and other sports, who at least cared to show it, we were all behind Roger Federer. And one of the skills my father loved about Roger Federer is his backhand. That backhand is synonymous to him,
Backhand.
and
Damn.
that
Yes.
backhand is just so sweet. So hence why I said I may sound a bit emotional. Let me say, down the years, I have also come to love
Yeah.
Novak Djokovic, because at the point in time, he was more or less like the antagonist, which this Russian guy is right now. Djokovic actually used to
Uh,
play like that guy, but
hmm.
but afterwards, I mean, in the person of Medvedev, Djokovic used to play like Medvedev. He was always jeering at the crowd. He was always, at least to some extent, playing anti-tennis. Then suddenly his skill came up and he became somebody that people loved. Then at the point in time, I really did not like Nadal. Not until when I practically just got to understand what made him click as a tennis player, what made him different. He's left-handed.
Hmm.
He's from Spain. He loves to play with death. And when I say death, I
Yes.
mean in form of clay. He is the master.
Clay.
He is the protagonist. He is the founder
Bad guy.
of clay. So
So
touching the three of them, I will come back. I will come back to Federer. I love Federer because of his calm demeanor on the tennis court. Even when he wins a point, he is not overly celebrative about it. He has this respect
yeah.
for his opponents, and let
Opponent.
me say,
Yes.
he's more or less like the tennis gentleman, the perfect tennis gentleman. He's handsome. He is not anti-tennis. Even if some calls go against him, you don't see him rush at the umpire.
Screaming or something. Yeah.
You don't see him exactly. You
Hmm.
don't see him screaming. You don't see him throwing tantrums. He is cool, calm, and collected always. Even when he loses and you think that, oh, this guy is sad, this guy should smash his racket on the ground. You rarely see him do such. That if he ever did such a thing. But it is
Hmm.
the Djokovic that you see that is always smashing the racket on the ground and doing all sorts. But like I said, coming back to Roger Federer, who, according to me, is my own guy and is my own greatest tennis player of all time, is the fact that Roger Federer has a total of 20 Grand Slams. And of his Grand Slam, the highest he has is from Wimbledon, which he has 8 Grand Slam titles from Wimbledon. He has, unfortunately, because it is not his favorite surface, he has just one French Open title, and that year was a unique year for Roger Federer. Why? Because at the start of the tournament, everybody tipped Rafael Nadal to win that tournament. And I think before I go on with the analysis, prior to that time, Roger Federer and Rafael Nadal had faced each other 4 times in the French Open final. which
Yes.
Rafael Nadal had beaten him those 4 times. So, and because of the fact that he was aging and time was not on his side, let me say, tennis fans across the world, including myself, were praying that, oh God, please let this man win a French Open, which will practically make his Grand Slam collection complete and perfect. Because as of then, he had won the Australian Open, he had won Wimbledon, he had won the US Open. So the French Open was more or less like the only holy grail that was missing from collection. And that prayer was answered in form of an unseeded and unknown Robbie Soderling. I am trying to get his first name, but I know his surname is Soderling. Soderling knocked Nadal out early in the round of that French Open. And that's more or less, as of then, Djokovic wasn't really like a force to reckon with like that. And that opened the door for Federer to make it down to the finals. I think he played against, I'm trying to remember who he played against. I think he played against this American, Andy Roddick or so, or thereabouts. I'll try and get that fact correct. And he went on to win that final. And that happened to be his only French Open title, which makes his collection of all Grand Slam titles complete. So for me, that practically just endeared me and cemented my love for him as the greatest of all time. And let me brag a little bit. Djokovic and I practically share the same birth month. We are just 5 days apart.
Can you
I am
imagine?
August 3rd. And Federer is August 8th. So that just made me like, oh no, this is my guy. This is my guy. This is my guy. So let me give Kule a chance to finish up there.
All right. Before Kule comes, Kule, you could hear what your fellow your fellow president has he said Novak Djokovic is the greatest of all time in this game. Do you agree with him? Your earpiece is your mute. I can't hear you. Yeah, I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I can hear you. No, I can't hear you. But Robbie, you can hear me very well. Robbie? Oh, hold on. Hello, Robbie.
Yes, I can hear you perfectly
Yeah,
well. I can hear you very, very
yeah,
well.
Kule, I can't hear you. I can't hear you at all. I can't hear you. Check your device. It's been so terrible. The network is so terrible. It's been so terrible. But Robbie, it's only me and you on this show right now. Let's look at
Okay.
this same guy. I'm talking about Rafael. You made mention of something about Rafael. You know, when you're talking about a dirty place, I'm talking about mud, the clay. He's a
Yes.
king of clay.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
what makes him so special from your own point of view? What makes him so special? Because Rafael Nadal
Um.
has won 12 titles of single Grand Slam. He has won ATP Masters
Yeah.
1000 titles 33 times. He's the
Wow.
only player to
Wow.
win 3 different tournaments in 10 or more times. Wow. He was the
Yes.
youngest player to achieve the career of Grand Slam in 24 years. Wow.
Mm.
So on both hard courts and clay courts, he was the only player to win more than 400 matches. Please, what makes this guy so special, Robbie?
I think what makes Nadal so special is the fact that he is somebody that is dedicated to the craft, or let me say, is somebody that is dedicated to that special surface. The thing about Nadal is, from what I read, from what I gathered, the clay court is more or less like a surface that is native to his country, Spain, and that is more or less the surface where he honed his skills as a tennis player. So, and one of the things that practically set him apart is the expertise or the ease at which he had been able to dispatch opponents while they played against him on that surface. So that first and foremost set him apart. Secondly, he's left-handed. You don't really see tennis players who are left-handed. I think if you take a census of the ATP rankings or the ATP players right now, you don't have up to about even 20 or 10 left-handed players. You don't. So that at first, that secondly made him so unique because of the fact that if you are serving most of the time, you are serving to his strength, which is his forehand. And one of those players where we used to just knock you off your perch. He's going to use top spin to dismantle you. So that alone, yes. So that alone just made very, very special player in my own opinion, my own book. So, and is this kind of person that if a game is going down, or you practically just count him out and like, they've beaten Nadal today, there nothing there, he's going to lose this game. Is this kind of person that his psychological strength I think is probably only rivaled by Djokovic. Is this kind of person that you think Nadal is down and out, he has lost the first set, he has lost the second set, in the case of a Grand Slam, he's done for. This third set, this person will just roll him over and the match is done. Then you just go back maybe hours later to go and check the scores and you're seeing full time. Let's say for example, maybe Wawrinka 2, Nadal 3, and you begin to wonder what happened. How did this guy come back from the dead? So his mental fortitude, his psychological strength sets him apart from the three men in this very unique group. And just like I said, his mental strength is probably rivaled by Novak Djokovic. That is my take.
Yes. Because I always see when I used to watch these great players. I mean, I always give it to Novak because of his mental strength. Sometimes you think he's going to lose, or he's going down. He's just going to come up with something spectacular, and you imagine how come this guy is doing this. So for me, as a host of this show, I'm going to give it to this guy, not about it, as Novak, in my own opinion. Please, viewers, if you are watching this, you can drop your comment. Let us know what you feel about these three great players. I'm talking about Nadal, Djokovic, Federer. Sorry, all my co-hosts today, their network has been raining. I think it's all over the world. I won't lie to you, it's raining right here in Maryland, in US. So heavy. Wow. So the network has been so bad. So I only have Robbie, maybe because of your environment. I'm talking about Ile-Ife. That's where Yoruba land is. I mean, is that true? That's where Yoruba land originated from, or something. Ile-Ife.
Well, according to the history that we have, we said.
According to the history.
No, at least we all were not born at that time, so it is whatever it is. So that is what we practically hang on to for technology. Thank God for the internet. Thank God for people who have been able to do it. So, like I said, according to history, to knowledge that has been passed on over the years, it is said that Ile-Ife is the cradle of the nation and the cradle of civilization as we have it.
Yes.
So
please, that's another educative talk there for our viewers that don't know much about Yoruba. It's in Nigeria. It's part of the language. Kole, can you hear me now? Uh, I can definitely I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you. No doubt about it. It's only he said he can hear me, but I can't hear him. Can you hear him, Robbie?
No, I can't. I can't hear him either.
Let me try and do
Okay.
something else. Let me try and give him this link again. He's trying to submit his own point on this topic. Okay. Do you have any other thing you want to say uh, in this thing, Robbie? I'm talking about
Um,
any other sport for our
um,
viewers.
okay. What I have to say right now is like what we have over the week that has been causing the internet buzz, that has set Twitter on fire, and that
Oh,
is the
fire!
topic. Yes, that is as a result of the Champions League results over the course of Tuesday, Wednesday, as well as the Europa League and the UEFA Conference League results that we had yesterday. It is no more
Mm.
news as of Tuesday. Liverpool qualified, beating Villarreal at home by 3 goals to 2 to qualify by the aggregate score of 5 goals to 2 into the finals. While
Yes.
Madrid joined them up, that was on Tuesday. At the point in time, it was looking like an all English final,
Yes.
and I could remember vividly at the point in time on this show when we had a debate asserting the teams that were going to qualify for the finals. I remember then a debate came at the quarter-final stage of the competition. When we all tipped Liverpool and Man City, and I'm so sure I could, if memory serves me right, Conley tipped Madrid because at that point in time we really didn't give them that much of
Only
a
can you hear
chance
him?
because
Yes, I can.
Yeah,
Can
he's
you hear me?
talking.
okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. So Robbie
Okay.
is talking behind. He's gossiping about you. Go ahead,
That
Robbie.
what's he gossiping about?
Robbie, go
That was
ahead.
Don't worry, don't worry. So at the point in time when we all
okay.
actually tipped both Man City and Liverpool to make the finals, Conley tipped Madrid, and he made mention of the fact that Madrid is more or less like, should we say, the mascot or the emblem of the Champions League because
I tell
they,
you.
they are a team that knows how to win this particular competition. And as of then, from the opinions we all gather, we more
I
or less
I
like
I I
we all more or less like had written Madrid off, basically on the fact that they were I think a goal down against PSG in the first leg of that encounter, going into the second leg,
Mhm.
and we all were actually swayed by the fact that PSG almost blew Madrid out of the water. But I think Kole brought our feet back to earth by telling us that Madrid is not a team you turn your back on and think, oh, the job is done. I think we can move on to the next one. And they rightly proved us wrong and proved Kule right by beating PSG in the space of 10 minutes. And I don't think there's any team right now that can overturn a result like that, except more or less maybe like Liverpool. So I think the biggest result, like I said, is the fact that Liverpool are in the finals of the Champions League. Madrid are in the finals of the league as well.
Yeah.
Yesterday we saw Leicester City fall at the hands of Mourinho and his boys, and
Mhm.
unfortunately, a boy from England was the instrument that sent them packing, Tammy Abraham. And like I wrote on Twitter, that Chelsea did not give him playing time. Chelsea did not believe it was more or less like the solution to their problem. They went all the way to Italy to go and import a sweating machine in form of Romelu Lukaku, who, in fact, right now is not even up to 15 goals. And I can tell you for a fact that if Tammy Abraham is to write a book today, he practically dedicates almost everything about his career to Jose Mourinho. because right now Tammy is one of the hottest strikers in Italy and more or less one of the hottest strikers in Europe as of now. And his header in the first half of yesterday's encounter sent Roma to the final, the Europa Cup.
Yeah.
Lastly, Feyenoord are going to be playing in the finals. I think they should be playing in the finals against Roma. And as for me right now, if I have money, I'll get a Roma jersey because I believe Roma will be winning that final.
Calm down, this guy.
And I would say, okay, and I think I would say a job well done to Mourinho, who possibly or who probably will be joining the winner's circle very very soon. So Kule
All right.
has the floor.
Yes. Before Kunle is going to, I'm going to allow Kunle to talk. Please, guys, we've really debated a little bit on our topic. So back to our topic because I want Kunle to
Okay.
finish up with his point. We are talking about who is the real tennis GOAT. For our viewers watching this, Kunle, we have Nadal, Djokovic, Federer, and Robbie has been
Yeah.
backing up Djokovic, but stylishly having romance with Federer because of his look, the same age, I mean, the same month of birth or
Ah,
something like that. And so, but you were saying Federer, but it's a pity I've not seen
yeah.
somebody talking about Nadal. Actually, we've spoken about Nadal, king of clay, no doubt
Uh,
about it. Give it to him. He's a
uh,
dirty guy. He's ready to,
uh,
destroy everything on the clay. Forget it. So,
um,
Kule, now, what's your submission about this? Go for it.
okay. Firstly, apologies for the breaking transmission there. Um, and I wish I can get on the things Robbie was saying because I heard him say certain things about, and I was just looking at him. And well, Madrid, don't worry. Maybe I'll come back to that and talk about, because what people don't seem to realize is that Real Madrid is an old school team, and you can see that the way they play. Real Madrid is this team. They are not this team. That's why I don't know if you saw this one meme like this where they showed a cartoon where Guardiola on the board they were showing pattern, all those
Yeah,
pattern
patterns.
position.
Yeah, yeah.
For,
I
then
saw it.
for Madrid, Ancelotti, all they just did was, oh yeah,
Pass
pass
to
to Benzema.
Benzema.
That's the only thing.
That's it.
And and the match was kind of like a reflection of that because if you look at Ancelotti, Ancelotti was just standing there. Ancelotti was unlike the way Guardiola, very animated figure. He would
Mm.
gesticulate. He will put his hand on his head. He will do. But Ancelotti, he would just stand there. Like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer too. He would just be looking, and and these
Don't
people
don't
and
don't
these
bring
people get the.
don't bring Gole into this issue. We are talking about Rick Coach.
No, oh
Forget
yeah, oh
about that
yeah,
man.
sorry, oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. Oh yeah, apologies for bringing up such a suggestion, but I can come back to that. Then what he said about Tammy Abraham, let's also acknowledge that Tammy Abraham is a Nigerian, though, partly
Absolutely.
Nigerian, or let's say chiefly Nigerian, if we go because both his parents are Nigerians, so it is only by virtue of birth he is English. So okay, but let me go back to I was saying about. So I don't know if before there was a break in transmission. I was making mention of how Roger Federer, even at an old age, was still able to hold his own because, like I said, when it got to that 2016-17 season, when by that time Novak Djokovic was already even the let me say the he was the person on top because if you remember, it was very difficult to beat Novak Djokovic. Once between was it not 2011 and was it 16 or thereabout? Or Djokovic was just this unstoppable. I mean, even when him and Nadal were meeting in Grand Slam finals one year, was it not in 2018? Djokovic beat Nadal, oh, like
Mm-hmm.
he beat
Yeah.
He beat her like
Nadal, like he also beat Federer in the US Open. I think was that 2017 or 2018 now. I really can't recollect where I think Federer already had two match points that could have made him
yes,
beat.
it was
It was in the US Open. He could have beat. He had
yeah,
two match points. I think he had. honestly. And Djokovic broke back, and that was how Djokovic beat him in 3 sets. In best of 5 sets. It was in the semi-finals. I can't forget. I'm just trying to. I can't remember the year. You know. So it just goes to tell you how tenacious Djokovic is, and he still is. And no surprises that he is still number one. But here's the thing: Roger Federer, like I said, was was the one who came and was the first person to come and sweep everyone off their feet. And till today,
Mhm.
Federer is a likable figure. I mean, there is this award of like fan favorites by the ATP. Federer has won that award 19 seasons in a row. That just goes to tell you. That just goes to tell you how. Even if Federer were to go to the French Open today, the crowd are going to root for him.
To I
As in,
tell you.
like, they're going to root for him. And what I was trying to tell you before I caught up was I was making this point that I had written Federer off. I had written him off during the I had written him off. Yes, that was that 2017. I remember they were playing Nadal in the Australian Open, and to my surprise, Federer beat Nadal. Like I was saying, then I remember my mom. My mom was cooking lunch for Sunday. I was watching the game upstairs. Do you know that I ran upstairs? From upstairs, I ran downstairs screaming. And you won't believe I jumped on my mom, who was in front of me. Yagbalagba. I'm not joking. I am not joking. I jumped on my mom. I jumped. Someone that did not expect any.
Expect.
No, because
Yeah.
no, because that my jubilation was spontaneous. Look, even me, I don't really jubilate in foot. I can't remember when I jubilated. Even when I hardly jubilate. See, when goals, even Manchester United, when someone scores a wow goal, I can just clap. I'm not this kind of person that jumps, go. The last time it happened, but boss, if you know how ecstatic I was when Federer, I screamed and I ran downstairs and I jumped on my mom. It was not funny because, of course, that kind of a thing. All those kind of, because it was, but that was how ecstatic I was. I'm not joking here. I am not joking. I ran and I jumped on my mom. That was how joking. So it just goes to tell you that Federer clearly is not, um, he's not done with. Okay, he's not done with at all.
At all.
He's Now he is old, yeah. He is old. He's going to be 41 this year. But this guy does not want to retire. He is going to probably miss the rest of this year because of this. We don't even know when he's going to come back. But trust me, so long he has his mind made up that he wants to compete. And I think that is what makes these guys extraordinary, including Djokovic and Nadal. Because you really can't take it apart. Because if we want to say who the real greatest is now, let's say based on Grand Slam, we would say Rafael Nadal because now he has broken it. He now has 21 Grand Slams. But we can still make that argument that let's look at the breakdown of these Grand Slams.
Mm.
And if you look at the breakdown of these Grand Slams, you find out that Rafael Nadal has almost how many? He has like 13. Is it not
I think
13
it's that.
French Opens or so? I think yes, he has
Um,
13, and that is like so 13 out of. But when you look at Federer, Federer has 8 Wimbledon. He has six he has six Australian Opens, I think, or is it seven? Then he has um, five, five US Opens with one French Open. But if you look at Djokovic on his own too, he has like 9 Australian Opens. He has uh, the Wimbledon. He only has like maybe 3 or 4. The US Open, he has like 5. Then for the French Open, he has 2. One of the good things, and probably one of the things that will make some people say maybe Nadal or Djokovic is the greatest, is that they are the only two players to have won a Grand Slam at least twice. Yes. Federer
yeah.
has not won. Federer has only won French Open. So, and like I said, it's Nadal who has been denying him that. That's why I feel Nadal fans can actually even stake a claim that
Yes.
Nadal is the greatest because they will tell you that Federer Nadal beat Federer on every surface. He beat him in the US Open. He beat him in. I agree to that. Yeah, the rivalry group. But you know, Federer, like I keep saying, he was the
Mhm.
pioneer of this of this greatness because it was from him this thing started, and then it was from him that this rivalry with Djokovic Nadal started, and it has remained that way, even though the two of them and the three of them are now of age, but they are still very highly competitive, very active. Because of them, they are still the most talked about. You have the likes of Dmitry Medvedev, Daniel Medvedev. You have what's this guy's name? Alexander Zverev. You
Daniel.
have Rublev. You have these guys who we can say they are not well. We won't say they are kids on the block because they are already into their mid 20s and all. But despite the fact that these guys are very sharp and all, whenever they are meeting these three, it is always going to be a problem because there's no guarantee because these guys are still at the top of their game. So it just goes to show you how immense the quality is that they are still the standard after
Yes.
more than 20 years combined together. So, it goes to say a lot about them. And like I said, for me, Federer ticks the box for me because he laid the foundation. He's a fan favorite. He's a very good looking guy. Yes, Federer, and they call Federer one thing. They call him the king of cool. Federer is this kind of person who shows this very cool, he shows this very cool character on court, compared to the likes of Nadal or Djokovic, who are very aggressive. Sometimes they can be apprehensive and it shows in their behavior. But Federer is
Hmm.
this kind of person who, even when he doesn't really allow his frustrations to show, he just keeps this cool figure. He doesn't
Yeah.
he doesn't get into anything controversial. He's just an embodiment of he's an
Call it,
embodiment of
if I
cool.
tell you what I love about Federer is his backhand.
Yeah.
His backhand.
Oh
It shows
no,
you
yeah.
it shows
Oh
you so much
no,
like that
yo,
backhand,
absolutely.
like I'm
And
gonna
and and the
slap
way he
if I
does it,
catch you.
yeah, and the
Ah,
way he does it,
oh my god.
with suave,
We
that's
swap.
what I'm
Ah,
saying. With suave, he just takes it, As in, that's part of what I'm saying. He's the king of cool, he doesn't need to break a sweat, he just does it so cool. That's the funny thing about Federer. You will be using all your energy,
energy, and it
but
will just
Federer will
be
be
give you back. Pa,
he will just be
pa.
he's not going to honestly he's not going to you'll be showing all your gra and everything, but Federer will compose himself. No, that's one of the things I love him for. That his demeanor on court is just amazing. I've not seen anyone who has shown. He is the only person I know who shows that calmness on court.
Calmness. Yeah.
I can't remember where Federer. Maybe there might have been on some occasions, yes, where he was. But he's this one, this one, this one that was ejected from. This one, Apayan Lele, Djokovic. If Djokovic
Ah,
is frustrated, may you not meet Djokovic. Djokovic can
is
strangle.
a
He
man.
can strangle. He's mad. He's aggressive.
Is a bad.
When Djokovic wins, the way he will do his face is,
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
yeah.
mean, he's yeah, no Djokovic is crazy. I'm telling you, Djokovic is no. If you say someone is like, sorry to use the word, you can say Djokovic is an animal. He's a beast.
Is a
He's
beast.
he's this person who and credit to him though. What I like about Djokovic is most time, mm, Djokovic. Let's say Djokovic is like Real Madrid in a way. He won't, he won't start the game well.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Now
Yes, that's
you
what
will be
I want.
using all
Another
your
thing.
you will
You'll
use
be
all your
thinking
you will,
all your
you will
yeah.
use all your energy on him. You're already leading. I'm talking about Grand Slams now. You're already leading him 2 sets. You already think,
Yes.
oh yeah, now third set, let's seal it off.
Third set.
That's
Yeah.
when you that's when
That guy
Djokovic will
will
now.
just come
You see
from. I love him for that.
all the energy. He will now start bringing it. He will now start bringing
Oh my god.
all that energy that
God,
you've used in the first 2 sets. He has
first two
absorbed
set.
it. You now come.
Absorbed it.
He
Oh
has
my
done it to
god.
Federer. He has done it to Nadal. You know,
Nadal.
no,
They will. Ah,
that's
it's
just the thing
no.
about these
Joy to
guys.
watch too.
You know, yeah,
Yeah.
that's just the thing about these guys. honestly, that's the thing about them. They are just an embodiment of talent that nobody can really match. And that's why, even though they are old already, we're still talking. I mean, how can you be talking? How can Roger Federer still be in the discussion at the age of 40? No, that's one of the reasons why I say that this guy is really, because for you to still be, if Federer were to be on court right now, they would say Federer is one of the favorites. I mean, for a 40-year-old to be a
Mm-hmm.
favorite, I mean, that says it. That says it all. Then if we now come to
Yes.
Nadal and Djokovic, you know, I think one year separates both of them. Djokovic is 30. If I look, Djokovic is going to be 34. He's going to be 35, while Nadal is 35, going to 36 this year. So we can say Djokovic, and probably that is why some people actually feel that Djokovic is still going to dominate because, like you can
Yeah.
see, he's only 34.
He still has age on his
And
side.
if not for what happened at the Australian Open, where,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, he still kind of has age on his side, and he's still kind of, and among the three, he is the fittest of all.
Yes.
Nadal has injury problems. Nadal had to skip a good part of last year. You know,
Yes.
um, Federer now is probably going to be out for the rest of this year, but he's not keen on retiring. You understand? So the odds are in favor of Djokovic. And that
Yes.
is really scary. Knowing who Djokovic is, it is really scary. But
All right.
take it though, any day, anytime, it is going to be Federer for me.
All right. Thank you guys so much. First of all, we have to apologize for to our viewers that they was mixed up with audio and video, the internet. But thank God we'll be
Yeah.
able to at least drop a point for our viewers. Please, if you're watching this for the first time or wherever you're watching it from, you want to drop your comment, we still read it out. Even after the show, you can drop your comment. Subscribe to the channel. Is a community we are trying to build in this regards. And thank you guys for
Mhm.
showing up. Who is the real tennis goat? And somebody's even texting me right now that we should discuss about Pep Guardiola of Man
Yeah.
City. In fact, it
Yeah.
just popped into
No.
my mind when the guy just texted me now that we should go into, discuss about Pep.
Mm.
Has it been successful so
Uh,
far? Man City
honestly,
has already Man City pay a
uh,
lot of money. They done everything. What they want is the Champions League. They want to win that Champions League, just like PSG. But
Champions League.
they,
Yeah, but but
I
but
mean,
but, but you see, that's one thing. You see, that's why I wanted to come back to this topic, and I wish I can use that since you were talking about it before I came back to my discussion. You see, um, you can't. Let me say something. Okay, let me say that success, or let me say, in when it comes to sports, in football, you see, winning cannot be bought. It is built.
mm,
And when it is built, it becomes a culture, it becomes a tradition that, even when generations, when you talk about
come,
30 years, 40 years from now, that culture tradition is still there, even when there is no money. Should I point it out to you that Real Madrid, as we speak to you right now, do not have money? If you've noticed, they don't have money.
they don't have
That is
money. Yeah,
why they are going after this Super League thing. Real Madrid is the chief. Real Madrid is the chief. What's it called?
Protagonist.
Real
The chief
Madrid is the
protagonist.
chief orchestrator of the Super League. They don't have. So, you know, it, yeah. Who is chief protagonist? Wait, Joe. Wait. So, but look at Manchester City. Their own model of success is based on money, having
money.
money. You understand? The same thing with
Buy
PSG. But
players.
you see, you can't have sustained success, not even in the champ. You can. Real Madrid does not have money. This is not the strongest Real Madrid team. I'm telling people, they don't have Varane. Marcelo is past his prime. You know, There is no Cristiano Ronaldo again. Gareth Bale that was once bubbling, he's not there. But look at them. That's why I'm saying that that tradition is there. So that's why anyone who is coming, they are being built. That mentality is being built to them. But what Manchester City are thriving on is that they have money, and they believe that because they have money, they can just get who they want. And it's not going to work like that. That culture, that tradition has to be built. And Real Madrid have
So
already
is
had this
is Pep
tradition
is Pep
from
Pabio,
way
Pep
back.
Guardiola now? Can we say it's
No, no,
successful?
no, no. Let's not take
Is to be
anything away from
sacked?
him. Absolutely. Of course, no. Sacked because of what? Because he didn't win the Champions League. That's going to be very naive. No, 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 no. Anyone who is saying all those things, you see, I used to laugh at people. All those people who call him fraudiola and all of that. Come on, man. The only reason why I don't like Guardiola is because he denied Manchester United the chance to win two Champions League finals. That thing pains me a lot. It pains me
Well,
because if
very
if
valid
Manchester
point.
United had won, if Manchester United had won, Manchester United would have had 5 Champions League by now,
Champions League.
and you don't even know what the future would have been. But he denied us, and it was very painful. But
Somebody said
but that
without
aside,
Messi,
Guardiola is a
Guardiola
fantastic
cannot.
coach.
Is somebody said without Messi, Guardiola
No, 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 no,
cannot
no, 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 no,
win
no,
Champions
no,
League.
no, no. Let's stop that. Let's stop that thing. That's a very nice. That's also another naive way of That's another naive way of talking. That's being sentimental, saying that without Messi he can't do any. Okay, so if he got Messi now, is that going to give him a guarantee? Come on, Messi is 34 years old, or is it 35? I mean, come on, you can't be saying that. So Guardiola has been successful. I mean, come on, he has already made winning the Premier League even much tougher. I mean, if I am to say who was better between
Kole,
Liverpool and Manchester
don't
City,
worry, don't
I
don't
would say
worry.
that.
I think
Yeah.
the next debate is gonna
Oh,
be
okay.
it's gonna be
About
it's
them.
gonna be what we're gonna talk
Yeah.
about. I want to
Oh,
bring
okay. No
in
problem. Okay.
the Liverpool fan because they believe it's a failure. They
Who is
believe
it?
Pep is a failure. All
Come on.
Liverpool
Come
fans, they
on.
believe it's
Come
a
on.
failure. So fight
Come
cannot
on.
win the Champions League. It's
Come
a failure.
on.
So I'm going to break. Let's build. Robbie, do you agree with that? By next week we should look into that. Is Pep
Yes, yes, absolutely. I think we should look into that topic. It is worth discussing. And like I said, unfortunately, Madrid just sent him to the cleaners this week because at a point in time, like I said, people thought Man City were already in the finals with Liverpool waiting for them, but Madrid showed us the reason why they are the undisputed most successful team in Champions League history. I think let me quickly say this. During my thread on Twitter in the course of the week, I actually discovered that Real Madrid, they have the most successful win rate in the final. They have before now they have played 19 finals. Oh, sorry. Before now they have played 16 finals in which they won 13 and they have lost just 3 out of 13. And the last team to beat them in the finals is Liverpool. That was in 1981 and played in France. It was played in the same venue as this one that will be played, Parc de Prince. Liverpool won by a single goal that was scored by a certain Kennedy. So I think next week discussing this would set the internet alight, and it's going to
yes,
be a
yes.
great discussion.
I'll make sure we bring up this discussion next week. All right, thank you guys for coming. I want to appreciate you. Kunle, I don't know about F1 tomorrow. It's going to be Grand Prix in Miami, so we'll look into that. Also, Manchester United is playing tomorrow. I don't even care about. I don't care about that. I don't care about
Now you don't care. Now you don't care.
All right, we're going to see Europa League next season. So thank you guys for showing up. I really appreciate and thank you once again. Robbie, we'll see behind the scene.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for coming.
Sure.
Have a
Sure.
nice
Thank you.
weekend ahead.
Thank you so much.
God
And you
bless.
too.
And for our viewers, thank you so much for joining us. It's been fantastic. It's been up, down, up, right, left, and center. But we could have a headway. Thank you so much for joining us. Please subscribe to our channel. Drop your comment if you want to drop your comment. If you want us to buttress on some point, please drop your comments. We will really appreciate it. Thank you so much. On this note, I'm going to end this streaming, and I'm looking forward to NFL talk with the big guy tomorrow, God's willing. So on this note, thank you once again. Bye for now.